This is Neutral News Today.
Why Nigeria shouldn't allow a U.S. military base.
First of all, to thoroughly grasp this, we have to take two countries as case studies. 1. Iraq. 2. Niger. We would be using these two countries because they are both developing countries like Nigeria. Let's take a step back into history. For the past 20 years, the United States has maintained a military presence in Iraq. In January 2020, Iraq's Prime Minister asked the United States to send a delegation to discuss a mechanism for withdrawing U.S. troops. In response, the U.S. State Department said it was ready to recommit to our strategic partnership and not to discuss troop withdrawal. The U.S. military began operating in Niger during the early 2000s as part of the Bush administration's counterterrorism strategy, mostly providing training and equipment for the country's military, and expanded significantly around 2013, when Islamist militants seized vast swaths of territory in neighboring Mali. If you follow correctly, I have been able to establish the presence of the U.S. military bases in these two countries for the past 10 years and counting. Did their economies become better? No. Reports show an upper projection in Niger's economy in 2024, which is after the U.S. military left. Did their citizens get a faster visa application into the U.S.? No. Did they combat insecurities and insurgencies? No. If neither of these happened to these developing countries with near similar problems to Nigeria, why should we embrace the illusion of false hope? I have clearly dismantled whatever benefits that exist. For security reasons, I prefer not to talk about the natural resources theory. But here are other reasons why it is detrimental to Nigeria. Having a USA military base in Nigeria could present several disadvantages, drawing from past experiences of countries hosting such bases. 1. Economic dependency. There's a risk of economic dependency on the foreign military presence. Nigeria might become reliant on the economic benefits provided by the base, which could have negative long-term consequences if those benefits were to diminish or disappear. It's clear we have had this problem since the oil boom in the 1970s and still hasn't diversified. 2. Regional tensions. Hosting a U.S. military base in Nigeria will heighten tensions with neighboring countries, especially if they perceive it as a threat to their own security. We already have an ongoing war in the ECOWAS. Why create more when we would be the end receivers?